Police arrested a mother in Brookhaven. She's accused of killing her 9-year-old son, then burying him in the backyard of a home she rented in Detroit, Michigan.
Why would a mother take the life of her own child? What could drive someone to commit such an unimaginable act? These are questions that haunt us, questions that no headline or soundbite can fully answer. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most shocking cases in recent memory. The story of 9-year-old Zemar King Aye and his mother, Brandy Pierce. This isn't just another crime story. It's a tale that will make you question everything you thought you knew about family, trust, and humanity. So sit back, because this is a journey you won't soon forget. Welcome to Fatal Fame, where all our stories are based on true crimes. Please support us by subscribing to this channel and clicking the notification bell icon so you don't miss any of our latest stories. To truly understand what happened, let's start with where it all began. A quiet street in Detroit called Woodingham. Nestled in a neighborhood filled with modest homes, Woodingham was like any other suburban block. Kids played outside, neighbors waved hello, and life seemed simple enough. But beneath the surface, things weren't always as they appeared. Detroit itself has seen its share of struggles over the years. Economic hardship, rising crime rates, and communities trying their best to hold on to hope. It's a city full of resilience, but also heartbreak. And for Zemar King Aye, this place would become the backdrop to a tragedy no one saw coming. Woodingham Street, with its rows of small houses and tree-lined sidewalks, was meant to be a safe haven. Yet it became the site of one of the most chilling discoveries anyone could imagine. On January 6, 2025, a landlord arrived at a house on this very street to prepare it for new tenants. Little did he know, he was about to uncover a secret buried deep in the backyard, a secret that would shake not only the neighborhood, but the entire nation. Zemar King Aye wasn't just a name. He was a bright, curious 9-year-old boy who loved life. Friends and family describe him as playful, kind-hearted, and full of potential. He had dreams like any other kid. Dreams like any other kid. Dreams of growing up, maybe playing sports or discovering his passion. In Zemar was a light in their lives. But behind closed doors, Zemar's world may not have been as carefree as it seemed. While we don't yet know every detail of his short life, investigators believe there were signs of trouble brewing long before January 6, 2025. The day his body was discovered buried in the backyard of his home. Zemar lived with his mother, Brandy Pierce, and his younger brother, a 3-year-old boy. His father resided nearby in Michigan, though details about their relationship remain unclear. What we do know is that Zemar's life ended far too soon, and the circumstances surrounding his death are nothing short of horrifying. Now, let's talk about Brandy Pierce. At 41 years old, she was more than just Zemar's mother. She was a woman with a complicated past, though much of it remains shrouded in mystery. Neighbors say she kept to herself, rarely engaging with others on Woodingham Street. Her younger son often stayed close by her side. Brandy moved around quite a bit, never staying in one place too long. By October 2024, she and her 2 sons had settled into the house on Woodingham. Little did anyone know those months would mark the beginning of a nightmare no one could have predicted. According to prosecutors, Brandy allegedly purchased a shovel, bound Zemar's hands and feet together, and dug a hole in the backyard of the house. After causing his death, through smothering and neck compression, she placed his tiny body in the ground and covered it with dirt. Then, without looking back, she packed up her belongings and fled Michigan with her youngest son, heading to Cobb County, Georgia. For months, Zemar lay forgotten beneath the earth while his family searched for answers and justice. Meanwhile, Brandy lived hundreds of miles away, raising questions about her motives and state of mind. It was January 6, 2025, when everything changed. A landlord arrived at the house on Woodingham to prepare it for new tenants. As he walked through the yard, something caught his eye. A human foot sticking out of the ground. Shocked and horrified, he immediately called the police. When officers arrived, they uncovered a shallow grave containing the remains of a small child. Through DNA testing, authorities confirmed the unthinkable. The body belonged to Zemar King. Belonged to Zemar King. The news sent shockwaves through the community. How could this happen? And why? As detectives dug deeper, both literally and figuratively, they uncovered chilling details. According to prosecutors, Brandy allegedly purchased a shovel, bound Zemar's hands and feet, and dug a hole in the backyard. After causing his death, she placed his tiny body in the ground and covered it with dirt. Then, without looking back, she fled Michigan with her youngest son, heading to Cobb County, Georgia. Investigators believe Zemar's death occurred sometime in October 2024. For months, his father and loved ones searched for answers, unaware of the grim truth hidden beneath the soil of that backyard. Meanwhile, Brandy lived hundreds of miles away, raising questions about her motives and state of mind. The investigation spanned multiple states and involved countless agencies, including the FBI, Michigan State Police, and Cobb County authorities. Detective Kelly Lucy, along with a dedicated team from the Detroit Police Department, worked tirelessly to piece together the timeline of events. Their efforts led to Brandy's arrest in Georgia, where her youngest son was eventually placed in foster care. Today, Brandy faces 5 charges, including first-degree murder, felony murder, child abuse, tampering with evidence, and interfering with the death of an individual. Each charge carries severe penalties, with the possibility of life in prison without parole. But as prosecutors remind us, she is presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. While the legal process unfolds, the emotional toll of this case weighs heavily on everyone involved. Zemar's father, devastated by the loss of his son, now grapples with grief and unanswered questions. His voice joins a chorus of advocates calling for justice, not just for Zemar, but for all children who suffer in silence. Meanwhile, the community rallies together, holding vigils and demanding accountability. Signs reading "Justice for Zemar" line the streets, a testament to the impact one young life can have on so many. This case reminds us how fragile childhood innocence truly is, and how vital it is to protect it at all costs. So, here we are. The story of Zemar King, i.e., is far from over. As the trial approaches, new details will emerge, shedding light on the dark corners of this tragedy. But no matter what happens next, one thing is certain. Zemar deserves to be remembered. He deserved to be remembered. Of possibilities. Instead, his life was cut tragically short. If you've been moved by Zemar's story, I urge you to stay informed. Subscribe now for updates on this developing case and join us as we seek truth and demand justice. Together, let's honor Zemar's memory by ensuring his voice is heard. Even in death, thank you for joining me on this difficult but important journey.